Tatum for Wembanyama in a heartbeat.
Me too.
In a heartbeat.
We're aligned.
It's not the
Teddy,
craziest,
stick to football.
It's not the craziest thing.
I would not.
Okay,
The
Fitzy,
city
go.
would riot.
They would.
No, they would not.
Would they riot at the parade when they're celebrating the 19th banner? Is that the
this
time
isn't
they would riot?
Luka? Yeah, guys, this is not Luka for AD. I mean, where one player is a legitimate potential long-term top 5, top 10 player, and the other guy may have already peaked and is more injured than the other one who always wants recovery beers. This is potentially getting a player that is anomalous to all other players that have played in the long storied history of the National Basketball Association. They call him an alien because he looks like one.
Yeah.
He shoots his own three and then jumps over top of everyone to grab the rebound midair and dunk it. I mean, it's insane what the guy can do. But that said, I think the way Jayson Tatum has grown to this town and this town to Jayson Tatum and where he is right now, seemingly like grasping for what could be the apex of his potential, and he does everything, Andy. I just couldn't pull the trigger. I think it would disrupt team chemistry.
There's part of it is just you got to love
Tatum.
the one you're with. You know, I mean,
I don't have to love the one I'm with. I mean, my wife.
I mean, you don't have
Wow.
to. But
Page and comma heart comma misses.
No, but Victor Wembanyama is the next big thing. And if you envision his greatness, the one thing I will say to Brian as I cede the floor to him momentarily here is he scares the hell out of me because he looks breakable like Porzingis, and I will never get over that. And Tatum doesn't look breakable and mostly plays.
How's his health been so far since he's been in the league?
Health has been good. He hasn't had any serious injuries.
No. It's totally a view
good
thing.
question.
It's totally looking at the big skinny guy and assuming he's going to snap in half.
But I'd also argue Kevin Durant has a similar build, and outside of that Achilles tear, which sort of could happen to anybody, he's been pretty durable. He's played, 16, 15 years. He just had 30,000 points last night. Durant's had a long career. And if you're looking from a new ownership perspective, which the Celtics are going to have to do in a year whenever they sell, Wembanyama is going to be less expensive right now than Jayson Tatum, and in the future because Jayson Tatum's going to have his Supermax kick in whenever that is, July of this offseason. Wembanyama, if you trade for him, you do not have to pay him the Supermax. He's not eligible for the Supermax here because he wasn't drafted by the Celtics. So not only do you have him for a longer period of time, you will not have to pay him the same amount you're paying Jayson Tatum.
That doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. All I care about is I think he's the most freakish basketball player I've ever seen. I would want him.
It is an interesting question that you bring up, Brian. The only
who's going to win the MVP first?
It could be Wembanyama. I mean,
am I convincing you to trade Tatum for Wembanyama?
It's not the craziest thing.
Thank you.
The only thing I'm trying to say is the Celtics have worked so hard to build this culture of family. There was a narrative that, hey, they don't care about their players. Isaiah Thomas,
sure.
They use you.
Ted, the IT force still hurts.
But don't you think people will look at you're trading Jayson Tatum?
Yeah.
At the peak of his powers?
I thought Marcus Smart was a key member of the family.
That's not Jayson Tatum.
That's not Jayson Tatum.
I'm sorry, I thought it was the depoy with his Ric Flair-like robe that he wore around
I tell
town.
you what, Brian, if
now he's
Celtics,
sadder than the shape Gary Payton came in to present him the award.
If the Celtics had not won the championship last year,
you would do it.
I don't think that's. I'd be more lenient to what you're saying.
It'd be an easier.
Well, let me spin it a different way. What if they win another championship, but they have to change up their fiscal makeup?
Jaylen Brown, congratulations.
Yeah.
You're a member of the Spurs.
The Spurs would not do that.
The Spurs won't do it. I'm trying to have a real
it would be
discussion
Jaylen
here.
Brown, and I know that. And it would be.
I would trade Jayson Tatum in a heartbeat.
Do you think San Antonio would do that trade?
No.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay.
I think he's untouchable.
I don't think they would trade him for Tatum,
But Luka
for
could
Jokic,
trade
for
him.
Giannis, for Luka, for anybody in the league.
I agree.